Did we?
No, we were right in the middle of something. Oh, that's right.
I have you still in the dungeon.
Yes.
By those
Ivy, the ivy.
stake statues and the ivy growing from those weird pots. And I've gone ahead and started the broadcast so we can catch Mike up later, but it is OTNG Session 41. Hard to believe that we are still banging away at this, having a great time, or at least I am. Do we have Ethan with us?
Yay!
Hey, Ethan. All right, so I think we've got everyone. Unless Mike joins us late, but no reason to hold on his account. So in the dungeon, I have Ridian and his 2 followers, Horus and Gerda. Is that right?
That sounds right.
Yeah, that's who was there.
Why don't we have, and shall Hammy make an appearance?
It would be helpful.
All right. I don't have any objections to that.
He does a tag as he and Gib cross.
Right, through the multiverse.
That's right. You're in.
Stars sparkle and the mists weave their tangled webs. Ridian, make an intelligence check, DC 12.
Okay.
So you catch sight of a shadow slithering. It's the tail of a snake going through this door that slams shut behind you.
Slams shut behind us? What do you mean?
This door here.
Right.
There's a large black reptilian tail goes sliding through this door, which then quickly shuts.
It goes. Okay. Wait, the tail goes out of the room?
It goes out, yes, to the north. Pardon me.
All right. So we need to be really careful in our search for shadowy snakes.
Oh, not shadow snakes. Nope.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have a genetic memory.
What was that woman's name? I'd forgotten, Ethan. Was that
Sarong?
Sarong.
No, that was the demon. What was your warrior?
Gabriel.
Gabriel. Right. Had the weird shadow wounds and all that stuff. How did he die? Or did you just retire him?
No, TDK.
He died. TPK.
Oh, TPK. He died in the TPK. In the near TPK.
he was going to get retired anyway. Just walking around with -8 hit points as a level 1 character just wasn't going to do anything.
No. He's going to need to take a rest.
So, shall we follow the snake, or shall we go through the other door, or shall we backtrack since there's still a number of places we've not?
There are areas to the south, obviously to the east of you, that you have not.
Well, that's right. We're still in the area that
you certainly know about.
Right. We're still in the area that has been claimed by some group of people that I can't remember the description.
We're calling them gnolls.
No, they're not gnolls.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're right. The gnolls are in the southern section. Yeah, that's right. These are the blind people.
The tribe.
The tribe who they drink there and they claim to be mighty, which the mightier they claim to be, the more likely I think we could have stomped their asses, but I would really rather avoid a fight.
Right, and that's why we haven't explored more in the eastern section, which is where they lived. But then we're still kind of on that side, though, based on...
Well, right, we're on their side of the moat, but it was pretty clear to us that they didn't use this big door, and we wanted to make sure everything was safe and nothing was going to come sneaking up on them, because we're good people that way.
Right.
Quote unquote good people.
Yeah, so there's a few, I'll just ping to you areas that you know about on the map. Here and here, you could travel through these 2 doors to the north. You've been down to this crossroads, which leads out to these eastern holdings. This is the area where you encountered the tribe.
All right.
This area out here is where you crossed over the moat. And this was the first entry that you made into this level of the dungeon, where the door closed behind you. You had done some exploration up in this area, and then encountered the wizard out here, the slumbering wizard.
Slumbering, powerful wizard. We left behind a door and two doors and a portcullis
And
trap.
you might remember there was a portcullis out here and some doors.
The portcullis just seems like a trap.
So looking like halfway between the wizard area and where we are, there's the little northern section, and there's a 10 by 10 room with something on the north wall. Is that another door?
Do you want to ping to
yeah,
it? Do I know where you're? This area? Yeah. So
those stone urns.
Yeah, those were those stone vats.
Right, but on this 10 by 10 section, is this another one of the stone vats that's up against the north wall?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Ghost
Yeah, okay.
just pinged it because
That's the one where Garrett dipped his sword and made it shiny, but didn't seem to do
those
it.
were here that are filled with that kind of
Okay.
effervescent liquid.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Okay.
there's the scrub brushes and whatnot. There is a door
Got it.
here that you haven't explored.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the mural is. I'm not sure why it's not showing on the map.
I think I kind of see a squiggly orange line there.
Where the mural is, I see a gray line in front of that wall.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
Well, it might be gray because it's not lit.
Could
Right.
be.
Yeah. And then remember, this is that's the pedestal, the fluted pedestal.
Right.
And then this is the area where you smash those gems out of the recessions in the ape-like recessions in those stone blocks, either east and west of that big stone block.
We're not carrying those around with us. Those are
No,
Yeah,
we are.
back in the circus.
They were pretty much well, I can't remember if
No, the two gems, this gem survived,
Hmm.
and the wizards each had one. But I don't
Right.
know if they're carrying them around in the dungeon. I'm sure we left a lot of the stuff on the surface.
Yeah, I don't know what's on your character sheet, so. But that's,
I'm just thinking encumbrance
that's
having had such a
that's
hassle. with
neither
it.
here nor there. I won't make another encumbrance call because we've already done one of those, which is always kind of a nice reminder of, oh yeah, this shit's heavy.
So I just like to be thinking about that because pop quizzes do show up.
Every once in a while.
I'm teaching all the way to next Thursday, so pop quizzes still show up.
Well, since we're here, why don't we pick a door and we'll go through one of these two.
Yeah, because I think the one just to the south of us just leads back into the eyeless one's territory, and I'd like to avoid doing that.
Right.
I'd also like to avoid following that snake right now.
So go
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, that's kind of my rule of life anyway, but
Go left or not follow snakes.
both actually.
Probably both good rules.
Both can be true.
Okay, so you're going to take this door to the north. It looks like the northwest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And Horace will be leading the way.
All right. So we've got a marching order down here in the south. I've
So
pinged for you
we've
if you
got-
want to reorder.
4 characters right now. Right.
You probably need a hammy token also, right?
So are we allowed to bring 5?
When we kicked off the session, it's Rydian, his followers, Horus, Gerda, and Hammy. That's what I thought we were doing.
Yeah.
Right. But that's 4, right? Usually we have 5.
I counted.
Oh,
it
that's
as
5 because your 2 minions are combined to be 1.
Okay, because in the
Ah.
past you had said that those don't count.
Just checking. Just checking.
Do you want another character? Is that what you're asking for?
I want more characters that will have more support, but I just wasn't sure how we're counting.
Did you want to bring Arcor? Or I'd forgotten all about him. So if you want to bring him, then that's fine.
And it'd be good to have another spellcaster.
Yeah, we can bring in Arcor, or you can bring in the other cleric, Garrett.
Entirely up to you, gentlemen. I have my 2 characters,
Um,
and I'm worried sick about them.
Hand me down there in the bottom for you, the south, Peter.
why don't you because clerics can be relatively decent fighters. Why don't you bring Garrett, because he can
Okay.
then also heal.
Okay.
Of course, he can't heal me, but oh well.
Well, that's what Gert is for.
Well, he
Right.
can, but it's really, really, really hard.
Yeah, but Cornus isn't too pleased, I'm sure.
Well, opposed is just 1 die less than adjacent.
Right.
Oops, I'm sorry. I'll be right back with you guys.
Okay, so while he's away, what's everybody painting?
Elvin Bowman.
Nice. I like consistency.
My other project needs to be green stuffed.
I'm looking forward to hearing more about this one. What are you working on, Nils?
I'm working on not being in pain. I fell yesterday and can barely move at this point. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I'm been laying on the couch since yesterday evening and come out, maybe walk 5 steps at this point. So.
Been to a doctor?
No, it's just my back problems that need to kind of calm down. So
Okay.
I can't at this point. At this point, I'm not sure I could make it to a doctor. So.
You'd have to roll you out the door.
Right.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'll be thinking healing thoughts for you. So
yeah. So if Gerda can cast, her healing hands like she has been on herself, that would be helpful.
I'll do what I can. I really will.
That's the real reason I want 2 clerics in the party.
Well, I am working on prepping one of the hassle-free miniatures I pulled out of the freaking prize box. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
Sorry, I had to pull something off the grill for the wife, which I had forgotten all about.
Okay.
Can't have that. Can't have that.
Let's see. Do you have your marching order kind of established there in the south?
Oh, I didn't look. I'm not helpful.
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me zoom.
Looks like we need
Hammy goes to...
no, Garrett, correct?
Yes, that would be correct.
So
We're going for double healing.
Theoretically, all of your character sheets should have their tokens assigned as a default.
Aha.
So you can go to the character sheet and simply drag the character onto the map. Oops. But it appears that I have Horus associated with Garrett. I wonder if it's the inverse is true.
Let's find out. Nope.
No, it is not. Which is unfortunate because your token is custom.
All right, because off to the right there are Gib and the Eternal Champion, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Currently absent.
These things happen.
If we show up, things will either get really hard or you guys can make some adjustments.
And I'm happy to have Hammy step out, or Gerda. That's fine. Whatever people want to do is fine with me.
Sure.
By the way, Aaron, not to be a distraction, but I do want to say RuneQuest was one of the highlights for me. I really enjoyed that.
Was it?
Just because our group, or the game was okay. Yeah, learning the game is frustrating because it's new and old at the same time. But I just really liked our group.
I just loved hanging out with the guys. You saw that picture of Tom and John together, right?
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, that goes back a long way. We were sitting there in speed painting final round, and Jordan, who took second, John and I were kind of talking back and forth, and he's on my right side, and Jordan's on my left, and I can't remember what we were saying. He's like, "You guys known each other a while?" I said, "Yeah, you could say that." And John goes, "Yeah, a lot of whiles."
A lot of whiles.
I go, "Yeah, we were college roommates." And he goes, "No shit." And I go, "Yeah, and we're old, really old." And John goes, "Really, really old."
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good group of people. Besides our friends, there were just nice people there.
Right. Let's see if I chucked them in the recycling bin.
I know that one copy of them exists on the other map.
Oh, well, that's even easier. Let's just fix it that way.
You young, brainy people. Ethan's telling me how he's got 12-hour shifts coming up.
Oh, yeah? Yeah,
12-hour shift tomorrow, and then both Saturday and Sunday.
You getting overtime for that plus 8 hours? Or
theoretically?
Theoretically, potentially, possibly. Let's see, how do I get the map to come up? Where am I? Oh, I'm not on the GM session. There it is. Level 1. So you say there's an instance of them out here on level 1 somewhere?
Yep, should be over by the
maybe up in the
campfire.
north by the camp.
Yep.
Well, he's been camping this whole time,
Mm-hmm.
doing some hunting.
Some camping, some hunting. Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
All right.
he should
so
seriously
that
consider.
is Garrett, correct?
He should seriously consider converting because I think his die rolls would probably improve if he were shipped out of our.
Absolutely. All right. Edit. Use this
Who should convert?
again. All right.
Garrett.
I've fixed it. Ethan, you should be able to now drag and drop your token from your character sheet to the active map.
I'd settle for
Dun
Horace.
dun dun dun. Yay!
Garrett.
Giant. Yep, we got a giant Garrett.
No,
I cast enlarged on him.
Oh, well, what a great way to show enlarge, Nils. I love it.
Oh, best ideas are stumbled upon. Like penicillin. What do you mean you didn't wash
Oh,
that?
that's right. This is my pack mule.
Well, he can leave things at camp. We need no minuses. Should I put Gerda up front with Horace?
Wow, my wife's just home. I'll go say hello to her. Sorry, guys,
Excellent.
for the interruptions.
That's all right. We talk about things like miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
So, Peter, your school ends this week?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday, okay.
Week from tomorrow.
Grace has still got another week beyond that.
Well, we go back like 8 weeks later. It's really fucking annoying the way the new schedule's working out. We basically have a super short summer,
Back.
which means I'm gonna have to be careful and schedule things. A lot less just hanging out and laying around.
Mm.
The next question is, do I paint this Libby Victorious? Do I paint her attached to this really cool base of a dead guy she has her foot up on? Or do I paint them separately and then glue her down?
Why wouldn't you want to paint them separately?
Because it just looks so cool standing there.
Right, but you can glue them together, right?
Well, yeah. I should paint them separately. Because you get excited, when you're filing it and all like, ooh, let's glue it together.
I see.
All right. My husbandly duties are resolved.
Excellent. I have none.
Wonderful.
Works better this way. Everybody's
Sometimes.
happier. Everybody's happier.
Sometimes.
Aaron, you passed your DC 10 husband check.
It was a DC 8.
Okay.
Yeah, and Aaron gets an automatic +2.
I've got a plus, and I've got a +2 personality.
Okay, I'm
bonus.
back.
You do, absolutely.
That's funny.
That's what happens when you roll a crit when you kiss her.
That's right.
It is. If you rock their world,
That was on my what do they call it? I was going to say morale, but I think that's wrong. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
it'll come to you mid-sentence later.
Yeah. So I think we've got the marching order set, so we can go ahead and travel. Are we ready?
Let's
So
do
who's carrying what light?
I have one of the followers carrying.
Right. It looks like she's got a 5-foot radius something, and that's not much.
That's only because I don't want the whole light to be showing down here in the south.
Because there's other things that might illuminate.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
And there's no
Alright.
point.
Yeah, so it's just representative right now, Nils. The
Mhm.
Hammy token's up on the map, carrying the
Got it.
lantern as with his pointing finger.
Mm-hmm.
But
Here, hold my finger.
anybody can carry the lantern, and I think what had happened, if I remember back at the moat, that the lantern got destroyed, and maybe you guys were you were using a different lantern.
Yes.
We're using my lantern.
Somebody
Garrett
owes
That
me
has
a
to be the
lot.
last lantern we
last
have.
lantern of the party.
That's most upsetting. When we get back, Hammy and
Dwindling
Bert are both going to
resources.
buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, Slana Shaw can still carry it. I just was wanting
Yeah.
to check on the radius.
Sure. All right, let's see. Lighting layer.
Oh, so when you reveal lighting stuff, that's a new layer that's separate from the
Yeah,
GM
lighting's managed on another layer, and it's just a series of
Right.
lines that you trace to prevent the light or the line of sight from passing. Yeah.
Okay.
The door to the north is open. Oh. All right. So this is interesting. I'm sorry, I have not read this. You guys are kind of ahead of where my notes are in terms of the dungeon, so you'll have to bear with me as I sort of skim and catch up.
Feel free to improv empty rooms full of treasure.
Or we can go back to a part that you've already read.
No, that's okay.
Or if there's a dragon egg, I'll settle for that.
I think we have a running gag. I was all excited because Brian Miller gave me a copy of Dragon simply because it had a sexy Medusa on the front. And I figured, oh, it's perfect for like 2005. I'll cut that up and Mod Podge it all over my dice tower.
Oh, uh-huh.
And then I won a Broken Token gift card and got like $5 off a dice tower, and they didn't have the one I wanted, and so they said, here, use this code and go online and you can get $5 off that one. I said, well, and I gave him the card. He goes, no, you can spend that here. I said, so really I'm getting $10 off? He goes, well, if you order a dice tower. So of course I ordered a dice tower from my room because the one I wanted they were out of.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I still need to make this one.
Okay, so this room opens to 20 by 30 north-south room, and you can see a bit of it continues off to the west there, far to the north. In the southeast corner of the room here, there are these huge, luxurious pillows bound in a heavy leather. And you can catch glimpse, and there are 7 or 8 of them all kind of piled into sort of a rough heap, and you can see scraps of molted snakeskin. And to the north of that pile is there are some alabaster bowls. They're broad, very broad, almost like very large salad dishes, but maybe flatter.
Like you'd feed a snake in?
And one's filled with water, and the other's filled with sort of this crumbled up fungus. And lying on a mat here in the northeast corner is a very emaciated humanoid. In fact, he looks slightly familiar. You think you've seen one of these creatures before. That fellow that you escorted out of the dungeon a few sessions ago.
Oh, yeah,
gray-green skin, no hair.
The goblins.
Sky is not going to like that.
The one we should probably kill.
And you're standing here in the doorway sort of looking at these two things.
Watching behind us, by the way.
Yes, clearly guarding the
No, Hammy's totally watching behind us because he does not like big snakes being the smallest guy in the party. I'm just pointing out his personal turmoil.
What will you do?
Just to clarify, the gray-green people, the guy that we let loose, is different than the tribe that lives here, right?
Correct.
Right. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes, they are different people. The tribe that lives here are kind of hulking, brutish humanoids with big, heavy brows and broad faces and bulging eyes that are completely white.
Right. Okay.
What's the white of the eyes called? Not the iris. That's something else.
I don't remember.
It's the white of the eye, I think.
Sounds good to me.
It'll work. The whites of their that's all they have is whites of their eyes. No pupil, no iris, no.
Right.
It's sort of a visual onomatopoeia, isn't it?
Um,
Mm.
we're also keeping an eye down
The
the.
humanoid that's laying on the mat is completely unconscious. You can tell he's like kind of his arms, his limbs are akimbo.
To the passage to the left, that seems to dead end. Is that what we're seeing?
It does, yes. It dead ends there to the west.
Okay. And is there anything down there?
No objects or features.
Let's search it
Okay.
for secret doors and such, or snakes.
Or secret snakes?
Why did it have to be snakes?
No, you don't find anything.
Okay. Oops. It looks like we're seeing something through the wall.
Yeah, I'm fixing the lighting.
Let me get away from that. Sorry.
Okay.
No, my apologies. It's my poor design.
Nicely painted, though.
You know, one can try.
Speaking of which, in theory, will be receiving sometime in the next month my secret weapon dungeon tiles, and if I can airbrush those this summer, I think running a 3D Nibbin Pendlebrooks would be a ball.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, because I think I got enough minis that I could cover a bunch of 0-level characters.
Or that dungeon Nil showed with you the other day.
Oh yeah, the
Oh yeah.
peasant something or other.
Yeah.
Because we've all been through Nibbins. That's the one that Brian ran, right?
Yeah. So
well, there doesn't seem to be much in here, and I don't know if we want to stay in a snake's lair very long. Should we head back out?
do we want to wake this guy and talk to him? I don't.
No, I'm not sure what he can let you
As you
do.
pass him,
He seems content to sleep.
you can see 2 large puncture wounds on the base of his lower back.
Oh boy.
Similar to that corpse that you found early in your exploration of this dungeon.
And have we determined that he's not dead and unconscious, or does he just look unconscious?
All right, let's go
He
check
just
him
looks
out.
completely unconscious. He's just unconscious, yeah.
Okay.
Do I cast neutralize poison, gentlemen?
Why?
Yeah, that kind of my thought. I mean, it's a living creature, but Sky was really upset by these things, and it sounds like they're not good news.
You certainly don't have to do anything to this creature. I mean, I'm just letting you know that it's here and what it and describing all of its traits and features to you. I'm not suggesting that you need to interact with it.
All right.
But if you choose to wake him and wish to, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. I say maybe we could take a look and see if he's been poisoned by the snakes, if the snake has just bitten him, so we could have an idea of what we're dealing with if we get bitten by the snakes. But we can leave him alone if we'd like.
Well, if we get bit, I have to cast neutralize poison regardless, is my guess. God, I don't want to get bit.
My first thought is, I know we have 2 healers, but at this point, we probably would want to reserve our resources for ourselves.
Oh, good.
Oh, I'm not saying heal him. I'm just saying look at him and see if we can't determine if he's been poisoned.
I see what you're saying. Right. Okay. Right. But so I guess what I'm trying to say is I would not recommend casting neutralize poison on him.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either.
To possibly get the disfigure out of it.
Yeah, no.
So.
I agree with that.
Excellent. Then I won't feel guilty about walking away.
Nope. So before we walk in this door, I'm going to have Garrett cast Divine Symbol.
All right, go ahead and make your spell check.
Okay.
Oh, we're on a no plus no minus day, right?
It's +0.
Actually, that's a
Just
minus 0.
You are such you are such not the optimist.
All right. Scratch one.
Oh.
All right.
Stop
He's gonna
that,
try
Eric.
again.
Did you fail?
Yes.
Oh, that's the point of disapproval.
Yep. He's gonna go for it again.
Okay.
Cool.
That's better.
16. All right. Now to go find my rule book.
He's the one I count on looking stuff up.
All right. While Ethan's doing that, we'll just continue with your exploration to the north.
Mm-hmm.
Listening for snakes.
Okay, so
Alright.
this door opens to a broad hall, 20 feet wide.
There's a snake in here.
Which
I'm just saying, there's a snake in here.
So as you approach this door to the north, and it's a double door. Let's see. Oh no, never mind. That's later.
Okay.
We're not surprised.
Clearly.
It is. It's terrified of us. It must flee.
Is
Well,
that the
that was-
duration for
Yeah.
the
So, right. So for 14 rounds, he has, or he can attack with his holy symbol as if it were a magic weapon of +1 enchant. It deals 1d10 plus 1 damage.
okay.
And it deals an additional +2 against unholy creatures.
Okay, 14 rounds. That's 140 seconds.
A little over 2 minutes.
I'll give it to you for a full turn.
Okay.
You see no trace of the serpent that escaped your notice in the ivy-filled chamber, but this hall does continue.
I think we
Let's
press
continue.
forward.
All right. I'm just catching up with my notes.
Okay, stop.
Is that? Yep. Yep. Ah. Oh, interesting.
Is it interesting in that it's harmless and friendly?
Mm-hmm.
It's populated with Vorpal bunnies.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love it. Gosh, this is going to be awesome.
Oh, that's not good. Aaron,
Damn
you're
it.
terrible. I think I got a phone call.
I gotta go.
I think they're calling me in for work.
Oh man, we're gonna get another TPK, and Mike's gonna come back and go, "Why is everybody dead again?" Everybody except Nils' character.
Ridian will find a way to escape.
Of course, Ridian's is telling the story after all this is over, so you never know if there actually was a TPK or did he kill everybody.
That's it. It's like usual suspects. There's no way of knowing what the truth is. There's no way to know who is Kaiser Soze. Ooh.
Okay, thanks for putting up with me while I skim my notes.
Well, we're still alive.
Might have been an interesting detail here as you press further into the dungeon.
Yeah, we'd kind of like to check the floor, make sure there's not traps.
Sure.
And Hammy's really worried about snakes.
Searching as you enter this broad hall you detect no traps or secrets or other hidden recesses. The corridor continues off into the darkness to the north.
Into the darkness we shall go, with light.
Remember, when you gaze into the abyss also gazes also into you.
So
We must bring light back into the abyss.
Here's the double doors. Oh, and something's. I saw something.
Key intersection.
Okay.
The entrance to the third level of the dungeon.
Here are these are some huge oversized stone doors inscribed from the top to the bottom with the grimacing primate face.
Okay, that's a good sign.
And off to the east, here in this niche, you can see sort of like something that looks like a small fireplace that's about 2 feet tall. And it's in the form of an ape looking upward with its head tipped back and its mouth wide open. And it looks like a bit of it does look exactly like a fireplace niche.
Let's check the fireplace niche.
Okay, sure.
Is there anything to the left?
No, there isn't anything to the left. So yes, checking the ape head fireplace. It's like a chimney running up into the darkness, but it's quite narrow and cramped. The only person that can really even get in there that nobody has is Hammy.
He's not going in there. A snake could go in there, though, couldn't it?
A snake could probably fit in there, sure. I mean, not a giant snake, but
a snake big enough to swallow Hammy.
So just to back up for a second, when I saw that shadowy snake tail disappear, how big was it? Did it look like a regular sized snake, or was it like as big as the snake that had the human face that we killed at the beginning of all this, or
like as big as a sofa?
Okay. All right,
so that's a really big snake.
Okay.
And apparently it can open doors.
Small sofa, I don't know. It was dark and it moved fast.
Okay. But it's not like a normal size snake.
No, it wasn't your average run-of-the-mill boa constrictor or garter snake or anything like that.
So yes, it probably opened the door. Which begs the question, how did the snake open the door?
Is there any sign in the ape mouth that there has been a fire lit in this thing? Like ash or coals or, detritus of a fire?
No. No, it doesn't appear to be anything like a normal fireplace. You're all still inspecting it from outside looking at it from the east there, at this peculiar structure. This fireplace niche in the wall.
Wonder if we should play a flute into it.
Where's Gib when you need him?
Well, you do have a minstrel with you.
Yeah, and Hammy's got a couple of the flutes. Let's see, Hammy has an ivory whistle and a copper whistle.
Okay.
Of course, we have no idea what to play. I'd like to search this thing for secret doors or compartments or a key to open those big doors. You know, because you'd hide the key somewhere where you'd remember to look.
Is there a flower pot sitting around?
I didn't
nearby?
see one. This is the closest thing I can find.
Is that Hammy that wants to do that searching inside the fireplace?
No, he doesn't want to get. He's not getting in it. No, he's not getting in it. Let's be very clear about it. He's not getting in the mouth of an ape.
Okay.
He doesn't like getting in the mouth of things.
Peter, you got to be in it to win it.
No, I got my hand cut off. He has a luck of 12, so he is the one going to search. Yeah.
Okay. I've got 2 instances of Ethan in the Hangout. That's weird.
Yeah, because it crashed.
Oh.
Don't know why I'm in here twice.
Which one are you?
Both.
We'll never know.
Apparently.
Should I boot you both?
Only Ethan knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men.
I think the one to the right of your name.
To the one nearest Nils?
Yeah. I think.
Are you still there? No, I just booted him. See if he comes back.
We'll boot both.
Yeah, they both got booted. So looking up into searching the chamber. Oh, let's tell him sorry.
I think he's back. And look, I'm not searching this thing because we got a glimpse of something on the other side of the wall. I'm searching this thing because it's the only thing that's different in this hallway.
Oh, that's fine. Whatever you're looking at now doesn't lead to that side of the hall. It won't let you because I ejected him.
You are ejected. Next time we play Mike's card game, I'm going to bring my Chitty Chitty Bang Bang soundtrack.
I don't really know Chitty Chitty Bang Bang that well. I mean, I think I've probably seen it once or twice, but
Oh, I loved it as a kid, but that's because
it's kind of a Mary Poppins, isn't it?
well, it really, yeah, it's kind of the same thing. It was filmed right after it. My parents, well, supposedly I was there too, but I have no memory of it. I was 4. But my parents met Dick Van Dyke while they were filming one of the scenes.
Oh, really? That's awesome. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Where was that?
Was he gracious or was he a jerk?
No, apparently he was very friendly, but didn't have much time, but it was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And that was outside of Ronneborg, where they meet the toy maker. And the scene was where he and Benny Hill, the toy maker, climb to the top of the hill and are looking at Neuschwanstein, and they're talking about the Baron and all this stuff. When in truth, it's just a big turnout on the side of a highway. Not a highway, it's a big 2-lane road there. And it's a big flat turnout area, and they had the camera set up there, and they were just on the edge of it, looking at the road, basically.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And
So was the turnout still in Germany, or was it in the United States or someplace else?
Oh no, this was all Germany, and
Okay.
This is while we were stationed there, and we were on vacation. And they pulled over because they saw there was filming going on, and then there's this big crowd around some guy dressed like a German, so they figured it was a German comedian. And then they saw Dick Van Dyke standing by himself over by craft services, and they went over and talked to him, and because you could just, that's the way it was in the 1960s. You just walk onto the set, hey, what's up, and chatted with him briefly, and then he had to. But they didn't know who Benny Hill was, and the Germans didn't really know who Dick Van Dyke was. Mary Poppins hadn't even hit yet. It had just finished filming just before, I think.
So they kind of filmed them back to back.
Yeah, sort of. It was like the next one he filmed, and as he was making movies.
Mm-hmm.
And so as a kid, though, that always reminded me of Germany because there's things in it's clearly German.
Oh, right.
And it was like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It just, to me, as a kid who really wanted to go back to Europe, it was just like a taste of that. And it came on. We didn't have VHS in all those days. It came on certain holidays. You got to see certain movies that were repeated on TV. And I remember that was like Easter time was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And I think, God, when was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? I think that was a summer movie.
Oh, yeah.
I could never get enough of that one.
And I remember Ricky Tikki Tavi and the Yellow Submarine from those were the regular ones for me.
Yellow Submarine is another one of my all-time favorites. And that one, because I remember seeing it in Germany as a little kid on base.
In the theater?
Yeah, well, the base theater.
Right.
Sorry for the complete distraction.
No, I was just waiting for Ethan because I unfairly ejected him.
Okay, give me a bit to go to the security stuff.
He says he's trying to join.
Interesting. Your myriad of Google accounts.
Got like 4.
The secret identity.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up any new games. Been watching some Let's Plays for different games I'm interested in.
Did anybody watch the actual play of the Swords Without Master I shared with you all?
No, not yet. No, I'll have to have that reshared because I do want to see it. Now that I have a vague concept of what's going on. Vague being the operative word. It reminds me in a lot of ways of some theater exercises we used to do, but more fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, in all sword and sorcery, so what's not to like about that?
Exactly.
I do remember seeing you with these like puzzled looks on your face, like, what do you mean I tell you what happens?
Yeah, I continually struggle to not take over and talk nonstop.
Well, that would have been awesome too.
But that works in that, and so I've got to let it happen.
Yeah, it's a different set of skills, right? It's a different.
Right, you don't have an end game. You are setting up the scenario, and I'm like, well, how do I know where this is supposed to go? That's why I was partly puzzled. It's like, and then I realized later, thinking more and more, it's like
turning in your head about that.
Right, and then it took me a long time, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, wait, I don't know. Nobody knows that you're going to tell the next chapter, and Aaron's going to bring things around to something, but we're going to create this, so it's still hard to wrap my head around. But I'm looking forward to trying it again.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys. I was so happy that I got a chance to play a full game with Dave and his buddies.
Yeah, and I saw his daughter won an award in the painting competition.
Yeah, a bronze or something. Right?
Yeah,
Cool.
Very cool. And so did Nolan Foss. Yeah, nice to see the next generation getting into our hobbies. Makes me sad that John's daughters just are sort of not interested in a lot of what he's interested in.
Mine aren't either. I mean,
yeah, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just kind of fun. I mean, I really enjoy gaming with Ethan. Did we lose Nils too? Is he just quiet?
I think he's just.
I'm just quiet. I'm kind of.
Because he's in pain. That's cool, man. I'm not no pressure.
I think he's just depressed. He wasn't at the convention.
That too. Yeah. I think you missed it, Aaron. I fell yesterday, and so it's severely screwed up my back, so I can hardly move at this point.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's been laying on the couch.
Yeah, I can get up and like walk about 5 steps with help. That's about it.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
He's trained the dog to bring him sodas from the kitchen.
Right.
Really?
Of course. They've got teeth marks in it, and they've been shaken up so much, and everything.
They're punctured, and
there's a dribble of soda all the way there. Likes to shake it like a rat before he
I brought you your toy. How did you fall? Did you just stumble, or?
No, I was a friend nearby was needing to move some big stuff, and so she put a call out to the group of friends, and kind of just all showed up to help her.
Mhm.
And the first board I picked up, I was walking backwards, and they hadn't moved the freestanding basketball hoop from their driveway, and I walked right back into it, and had basically lost my balance enough that I was so far back on my gravity, my center of gravity, that I had no support when I tried falling. I just fell flat on my butt and on my arm, and
Oh, Jesus, man.
yeah,
That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah. So I'm also still kind of gorked out on some drugs too. So
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, that's what makes Sword and Sorcery even better.
Yeah.
Moorcock, anyway.
With Moorcock, it feels like you're there. Did I hear Ethan joining?
Yeah, we just got him back. Sorry about that.
Excellent.
Now we know what the eject button does. It blocks the IP, I guess. Blocks
Oh, wow.
the IP,
So it's like
or IP
really-
address. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So
Did
we
you have to
better
join
behave
from your,
ourselves.
did you have to join from your phone?
Yeah, I'm on the phone right now.
All right.
It was fast going to my laptop.
All right. So Hammy crouches down before the open monkey, the open ape fire, the gaping ape's maw of a fireplace, and peers into it. And you can see a glint of metal some maybe 20 feet up this shaft, this very narrow shaft, which even looks like it would be a small, tight squeeze for Hammy.
put your arm in it.
And it looks like
No.
maybe, is that a ladder rung? It's hard to tell. The light's not bright enough for you to see.
Why don't we bring the light forward and
No, I have.
Do you want to put your arm in that hole?
No, I don't want to put my arm in that hole.
Ever again? I will never put my arm in a hole.
I'm certainly not going to put my hobbit in the hole.
Leg in the hole. I don't care. Oh, that's
Well,
awesome.
part of me's thinking he's got infravision. If we back the light up, he might be able to see further.
Yeah, you could absolutely do that.
But then the snake could come leaping down on him.
Well,
Yeah, but
it's
he-
always
but he wouldn't. I guess he would see it. Never mind. So
Yeah, let's-
so let's
Let's
back
try
off
the
a little bit.
lantern a little closer for just a second. Does that help at all?
Hanging the lantern into the fireplace, not entering it, but just hanging the lantern in there. You can see there is this very narrow shaft that ascends up out of sight, but maybe 20 feet up this shaft, you can see what looks like a ladder rung running off into the darkness.
So only little tiny people could use it. People smaller than myself, like that unconscious guy back in the.
Oh yeah, he'd probably fit. I mean, you could fit too. It would be narrow.
But I could fit by myself.
Uh-huh.
Never split the party.
Hammy
unless the
could
party's-
fit all by himself.
Yeah.
Right, and there's no way that any kind of human-sized person would fit. Right.
Mm-mm.
Not without a shrink spell. No, I'm not sending him up there alone. Last time we sent him anywhere alone, he got grabbed by a knoll. That's
One
wrong.
of the Kith might fit. They're so long and willowy.
Yeah, let's send a first level character up there. That's a good idea. No.
Well, that's what 4.
Is that their 4? Is that what you said, Nils? Nice.
Yeah.
Well, if Nils feels that way, then I'm not going to argue. But that's Nils's call to make. But Hammy's not. Hammy keeps looking at quarters. I'm going. I don't want to go up there. What do you guys think?
Just a second. I'm checking something.
All right.
Well, considering my two guys are both human, they have no stake in this whatsoever.
Yeah. Either way, we're staying here.
We'll guard the door.
I think it's a trap. That's why there's metal glinting up there.
Well, is the metal the
Wrong.
the rung?
Pardon me?
You
Is
said
the
we saw
metal-
metal glinting. is the metal we saw glinting the rung to the ladder? Or the rung you're describing?
Yes.
Okay.
The torch, the lantern light catches the glint of a metal ladder rung, and you can see it sort of continuing off into the darkness there.
Well, and the other question is, how do we get up that first 20 feet? Because it's 20 feet up, right?
Yeah, but it's pretty narrow. You could leg and shoulder it part way up and get to that rung. Put your back against the wall and your leg against the other side.
Right. Yeah.
Like when you were a kid and you climbed up the door frame.
Exactly. Or when you were in the dorms and trying to impress girls.
Right.
Right. That's yeah. I don't think I'm going to send Solana Shaw up because she's still at 3 hit points from the.
Yeah. Let's.
Dying.
Does she need healing?
Yeah. Let's send Solana Shaw.
No, let's not send anyone up there. But it's nice to know there's a little tiny door going somewhere.
Okay.
Right.
For tiny people.
I'm totally good with that.
You're just telling us what's there. You're not judging.
I'm just letting you know what you got.
That's right. I just report.
I just set the scene. That is all. That is my one sole purpose here.
And roll some dice, trying to kill you.
Twice.
Just check whether or not there's a staircase there.
What? Go where? I was thinking we should check over here for secret doors.
We could do that too.
Just because if there's nothing on this side and there was something on that side, just.
Yeah, and anytime we check for secret doors, make sure that my kith are in there because they're effectively elves.
I've been factoring that in.
Okay.
Excellent.
My rolls. So
thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need that elfin touch.
So yeah, let's search the other alcove there.
And for anything else, it may not be a secret door. Maybe it's a little eye hole we can look into things, or maybe it's a map of the place with a big arrow saying this is where you need to go, but somebody dropped.
Or a hole you can put your arm into.
That's not happening again.
You've got another
put
arm.
your whole body into that hole. I mean, what could happen then?
Yeah, you wanted my hobbit swallowed by that thing. I'm terrified of what would happen to him.
You don't find anything.
Okay. All right, shall we go through the doors, or at least examine the doors more closely?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Have Hammy check for delicate traps or whatever.
I think Aaron had said some time ago that the basic things like that he takes into account.
Okay.
When we don't have to say it every time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but this time he's really checking for traps.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like when we set camp, you assume we rotate our guard.
Right. I don't need to hit you guys with a hammer every time.
No.
Just once or twice to make you jumpy.
That's it. Keeps us on our toes.
So the doors, you push on. Actually, you pull on. You push on them. They'd open it.
They're not on computer.
And they swing quite easily. Well oiled and greased.
Grease is the word. Is the motion.
Well oiled and balanced. Pardon me. That's what I meant to say.
That means well maintained.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's been feeding that goddamn snake too.
Wait, what's that? You can see two.
These look like statues. That's what the stars generally have been. I prefer a hand up than a hand out.
I will give you a hand up.
Really short people.
Looks kind of like a monkey face right now, doesn't it?
It's loading.
It's like a monkey chibi. Little arms sticking out to the side.
What looks like a monkey?
Well, we have this little head with little ears off to each side, and we're standing right in the neck, and little arms each.
See that it does look like a monkey. Monchi.
Oh my God, we just dated ourselves there, didn't we?
So there are two statues on either side of this broad chamber. Each is twice the size is twice as tall and as broad as a normal ape. They wear weird clothing. The Western statue clutches a writing quill. The Eastern statue clutches an oversized tome.
So you have a scribe and a librarian or scholar.
This is the monkey library.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we're watching for snakes.
So I just need to know what you guys are going to do.
Besides panic?
Panic, run or close the doors. We're going back to camp.
I'm just gonna go bash up those little tube things that's gonna bash the crap out of them so they'll never play right again. And we're leaving. No.
We took Jen. We're done.
Is there any other decoration in this room?
No, this is the only decoration that you can see here.
Is there really space around the statues that we could move through, or is it they butted right against the wall? Did I lose you guys?
No,
I'm here.
No, I'm here. Sorry, I was chatting with my wife. No, there are alcoves here behind the statues. You could wander around them. And the chamber opens to the north. It's like a broad hall, right? 40 by 40 foot. And you can see this that broad 20-foot wide hole that was to the south, continuing off to the north here.
Okay, I think the fact that there are gorillas in the decoration is a sign that we're on to something with about the apes. Because like a lot of this stuff is not necessarily, I mean, they're not red herrings, but they're not things we necessarily have to deal with to take care of the ape situation. And to be honest, I just as soon take care of the apes problem, and if we can solve that one and get the hell out of here and figure out a way to seal the door, I'd be quite happy.
I think this might be their library.
Well, whatever it is, I think we're more on the right path than we were last week when we were doing what we were doing. Like, I don't want to go back down and deal with that rubble and elemental, whatever it was. Probably a big snake under the rubble, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking snakes. The sooner we get out of here, the sooner Hammy can quit worrying about getting eaten.
So I think we should take a look at these statues and examine them closer.
I agree.
Does the statue with the quill, does that quill look at all reminiscent of the like metal quill that was used to scrape or carve into the glass that we have?
I'm sorry, Ethan. Could you say again? I've missed some of your question there.
Sure. So the quill that the left monkey statue is holding, is that reminiscent of the metal quill that we have that was used to carve glass?
Yeah, it's fairly reminiscent. Sure, it has some stylistic details, but that one was, yeah, it has some stylistic similarities. Sure.
And does the book the other one's holding, does that look like the spell book that we found in the wizard's chambers?
Make a luck check.
Oh, no.
Roll a 2.
It's possible.
Yes, I do it in casting spells all the time.
It can happen.
Come on.
I roll them in combat a whole lot.
What do we get? A 3! I made it!
Hey, nice.
No, it doesn't look. It doesn't look at all similar.
All right. I'm glad he's confident about something.
Hey, but you know something.
Exactly.
How about the book? Is there any writing on the ape's book, or is there any writing on the pedestals at all?
No writing.
Any pictograms?
No pictograms.
Have we tried playing the whistle here?
Uh,
Oh, that's a good idea.
no
Do you
effect.
want? Okay.
Other than calling the snake.
Hey, then we'll know where it is. I won't be so freaked out once I know where that damn thing is. I made it into a belt and a pair of boots.
All right.
All right.
So let me just recap for you what I've heard from you guys. You've sort of curiously inspected these statues from afar. You haven't really approached them or interacted with them in any way. You've
We haven't
looked at
touched them.
for signs of familiarity in terms of the quill in the book. But that's all I've heard that you've done, correct?
So far, but I think we should give them a close inspection, like where Hammy is now.
Okay. So running your hands over them, trying to find any secret catches or latches or maybe looseness associated with the
Braille, maybe Braille.
rail. Touching the western statue where you are now, suddenly its lips begin to move and it utters in a deep voice, "Never odd or even. Draw, O coward. Drab as a fool, aloof as a bard. Rise to vote, sir. Was it a cat I saw? Flee to me, remote elf." I will type that into the chat for you so you guys can have it as a note.
So did your friend just kind of make things up as he went along?
No, there is
A method to
all of
his
this is linked in
Okay.
some way. I mean, it's not just random bits of detail.
No, yeah, I know.
Oh, did any chance you saw Mike?
Oh, me?
Mhm.
No, I've not seen Mike since he got back.
Oh,
If that's
okay.
what you mean.
Yeah. He has some stuff for you.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Neither even nor odd. That would be 0. We're talking about numbers anyway.
No, I
Obviously.
agree. I agree.
It's the only number that can be considered neither even nor odd.
Infinity.
But infinity is not a number. Trust me, I spent an entire year having a professor shove that down my throat.
Okay, I can just tell you right now, I'm going to defer to you on just about anything when it comes to math, all right? One, you're learning something far ahead of where I was, and two, it's far more recent than anything I learned. Calculus was it for me. And I had to take that several times just to get it. I admit it, I'm not the brightest bulb in the box. But I have an excellent memory for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang songs.
All the important stuff.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, totally useless.
So he says, "Flee to me, remote elf." Could he be talking about one of the kith?
I don't think he's talking to us at all.
Right.
I think this is just like the feed a bad egg.
Do you want to touch the other one?
Heck yes.
Okay. Touching it, similar, its lips also begin to move, and in a similar deep voice it says, "Knock, knock. Shush. Quack. Clang. Boom. Sizzle.
I think they record. I think they record what happened here. I think they record a moment in time, like tape recorders or something, including the sound effects with the onomatopoeia.
Or that combination of onomatopoeia is what we need to say to one of the apes.
What's onomatopoeia?
Bang, crash, a word that makes a sound.
Yeah.
A word that sounds like the sound it is.
Or what it's describing.
Right. Zip, bang, crash.
Anything
Sizzle.
that would show up in the
Sizzle.
old Batman TV show.
Yes. Anything in a Roy
a comic
Lichtenstein
book.
painting, pretty much. Yeah, comic book. Yeah.
Zap. Bam.
Okay.
Generally, a sound effect is onomatopoeia.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There's my 7th grade English teacher background for you.
I will help you that there's nothing else in this room besides these 2 statues. The broad passage, the broad hall leading off to the north, 2 doors to the east and the west, the northeast and the northwest, and of course the way that you have already traveled.
I think we should check. We have Drab as a fool, aloof as a bard.
So that's a contradiction, because a fool, like a jester, is not drab, and a bard is not aloof, because he's always telling tales and singing. And things like that.
Yeah. Good point. Crap.
Oh, the second line is a palindrome.
Is it?
Draw, oh coward. Yes.
Oh, wow.
They're all palindromes.
What's a palindrome?
Oh.
Spelled the same, spelled backwards the same as it is spelled forwards. Okay, so the next ones, the onomatopoeia are not.
Okay.
Onomatopoeia they're not on.
Spelled backwards.
Palindrome. Draw, oh coward. If you look at it backwards,
is draw, oh
coward. So, like the word radar is R-A-D-A-R.
Got you. I
That's
see
a
it now.
palindrome.
Sorry, I would never get this puzzle.
See, good thing like I said, good thing we have a college student in the party and a former 7th grade English teacher.
Now we're getting somewhere now.
Well, we're recognizing patterns. I don't know that we're getting somewhere yet, because I don't know what this this palindromish and onomatopoeish information is going to give us.
Every little piece is what comes together.
Okay, so here's an interesting idea. If we go up to the door to the
left.
Okay. To the left, and knock, knock, shush, quack, bang, boom, sizzle.
Well, that's to the right.
Door. Okay. Well, yeah, which I wasn't sure which one was which, but whichever one.
You're saying do a sound effect at the one behind the ape with the sound effects. So that would be this one.
Yeah.
And so we need an onomatopoeia for this one.
I guess. Or we could go up and knock on the door and alert whoever's in there. So.
Yeah, I love the idea. I'm fascinated now that we figured that out. Well spotted. Who was that? Was it you?
That was Nils.
It was Nils. Of course it was. Sharp eye, Nils. Sharp eye. I'm impressed.
I'm impressed someone came up with all these palindromes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too.
Well, if nothing else, let's move a little bit further forward, because the hallway continues further north too.
I agree. Let's find out where the hallway goes to some degree before we start opening doors, because that's when those fucking carrion crawlers came jumping on us.
So you see the hallway to the north starts breaking away, and all the carefully wrought stonework that you've been traveling with through the tomb so far now breaks down into rough cavern walls.
Well, do we keep going far to check out the doors?
I don't know. It's a toss-up. In some ways, don't want to leave unopened doors behind us, but then, there could be things that we could avoid if we don't open the doors.
But at the same time, these are open doors in a room, unopened doors in a room with ape statues. So I think we really need to
that's
check
true.
them out.
That's true. They might be a significant information.
So let's go to the one behind the eastern door there, which would be behind the palindrome ape. Oh, I'm thinking Mike would probably have liked this. Does Mike like puzzles?
He does. Yeah, he likes puzzles quite a bit. It's odd that the Fog of War stuff doesn't seem to be working on Ghost's map.
Well, Ghost should be seeing. There were little splinters as I moved along. For the record, I tried to ignore those because we can't see them technically.
I see what you're saying. There's a big gap after the last. Basically, where we
is that on your map as well?
No, I'm looking at the
Ghost map. So it's just a bug with the Ghost session.
Yeah, you can just see because Ghost is a player, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's just little bits of light right there if you can see.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, that's just showing what's kind of on the other side of the hallway.
Yeah, it might be. Could also be a glitch. So I assume it's nothing until we open a door. To be honest.
Well, which is the one true way to play any dungeon crawl.
Oh, exactly.
Did you want to open one of these doors to the east or the west?
We do, but I want to make sure there's not something written on them that we should be aware of first.
No, these are common doors that you have seen in the other areas of this place. Does that make sense?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Then yes, we want to open it.
The door to the west?
Correct.
It is open. It leads to a 10-foot wide hallway that slants off to the southwest into the darkness.
I see a darkness. For the record, I'm stopping regularly because I figure you want to say, oh, well, hold on, I need to make a roll or something.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for reminding me to keep track of time.
Yeah, we seem to be seeing that.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Sorry, it hit me pretty quick. Couldn't hit
me.
What
was that, Nils?
We're seeing through the wall it looks like it's set up to manage the display squares. And because the hallway is at an angle, it's displaying like wedges into the.
Oh, yeah, that's odd that it's showing through that door. Well, there's a door there, and there must be something on the other side.
Right.
That's what your map maker thinks. That's for sure.
Right.
We do have Kith. We have Kith with us, and they could be saying, or a Kith who's saying, I think there might be a door there.
On the south side, we're seeing into the next whatever's to the south of us, and there's a little brown block there, right, directly across from the door. So. Okay. Anyway, we're ignoring that. All right. So
I don't see anything. I'm looking at the Ghost session now.
I think we should listen at this door. We could also go further down. Wouldn't hurt us.
Oh, I know why it's making those weird triangular reveals, because
it's a really good lantern.
Well, yeah, the way the advanced Fog of War works is it's done on a grid. Not on a and this is the minimum of the boundary of the grid, and that's why it's showing those small 90-degree triangles.
Do we want to listen to the door, or do we want to go on down the hallway?
Let's listen at the door.
All right.
You hear bugbears mating.
And we walk. Never happened.
That is. Oh wait, you're in a place that hasn't been marked. Great.
Do we
you guys are like so far beyond what I've read.
Do we have to pee on the walls or something?
So this is like super junior high school where you never read the module until you played, and you're like, what the heck?
Oh, I did that in high school too. My best friend and I, we would walk down to the public library after school, and we would play D&D for 2-3 hours, hidden away in the stacks while we're waiting for a ride home. And we did the whole. People would join us here and there, but it was mostly the two of us with multiple characters. Did the whole Giants trilogy.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that was an awesome one.
It was. We cheated like mad, mostly because we just wanted to see what was going to happen.
Right.
So did you have one person always GM and one person run the party all the time, or?
It was pretty much me GMing and having a couple NPCs that I would roll for that were kind of along, and he ran multiple characters and.
Right. Yeah, my friend and I did the same thing. And anytime he would get up to go to the bathroom, I'd check the module really quick to know where.
Oh my god, that's awesome!
And then all of a sudden, I hadn't been checking the whole game, and like down at the end of one corridor, I said, "Let's just check for secret doors." I wonder why. It was like if I remember correctly, it was like a major weapons armor cache that we hit.
The one time you happen to look for a secret door. That's right.
Exactly.
That's why we never look at your notes when you go to the bathroom, Aaron, because
Thanks, I appreciate that.
We know you trust us.
Yeah. Okay, well, listening at this door, you don't hear anything, but what Hammy does discover is that if this is no ordinary door. It's similar to one that you encountered on the upper levels that's stuck fast in its frame.
Almost like a stasis is on it or something.
Exactly.
And that was the room where we found the dead ape and or was it an ape?
Yes.
Like an ape shaman. And that's where I got my 10-foot pole, and that was where the first place we saw a peephole.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good remembering. I didn't remember that much until you remembered.
Well, let's. I'm assuming I could do the same trick, but but I'm thinking that this would be kind of noisy, so let's not do that now.
Yeah, put that in our pocket to come back to. I agree. We're going to have to take it down, but yeah.
Right. So let's continue on down the hallway.
Okay. Can you just give me a minute to mark a few things on the map? Because I'm behind.
That's fine.
Oops. Let's see.
I'm totally looking forward to playing Wolfsung again.
Which one?
Wolfsung, and you can download the rules.
Oh, you liked it.
I did. It was fast and fun. Had a little bit of character. I can't imagine running huge campaigns of it, but it was fast and fun. And you can download the rules for free. So those are good things. Plus, it gave me a reason to use all these steampunk figures I've been acquiring over the years. Now, if I could just find a good set of samurai rules, because I have samurai just waiting to be painted.
There's a Two Fat Lardies variant of their
Sharp
Ages. No, they're Dark Ages.
Ducks
for samurai.
Britannia. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, they write pretty good rules, so might have to check that out.
Okay, they're weird.
I get tired of Tiffins, but
Yeah.
What size type of game were you looking for, Peter?
For what?
Samurai.
Oh, well, I mean, skirmish is fine. I don't have enough figures to do armies. Skirmish would be great. I was really kind of disappointed. The Osprey one's okay. It's just kind of chunky for no reason and not much fun. And I'm really thinking about at some point I would just do a Kings of War, Army of Kingdoms of Men, and and do all samurai. Yeah. But
they have. I was going to say they've got their Vanguard rules coming out too.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I didn't back it, but
I did.
Oh, cool. Well, I look forward to the rule book when it comes out. I figure
they had a beta copy available at one point, so you might be able to track it down.
Yeah, I just learned Wolfsung. I'm moving slow. And again, I don't care what figures we use. I have a bunch of steampunk figures. That was one thing, was that I think my favorite part about the RuneQuest, my second favorite part about the RuneQuest game Sullens ran, was he got to run all these figures that he's been painting in secret for the last 6 months just for that game. Because he asked me if I'd paint some heroes. I go, yeah, do you need new monsters or any terrain pieces? He goes, no, I'm going to do all the monsters and nobody can know what they are. like we would have known what any RuneQuest monsters were anyway, but I just love the fact he'd kept the secret and popped them all out.
Right. Okay, I think I have everything noted here that I need on the map. We'll find out.
Enough to cause PPK anyway, and then he'll be good from there.
Right.
It still hurts.
A lot.
All gonna hurt.
It was sad, but to be honest, I liked those two characters, but I just love Gerda and Hammy, and that scares me because that means they can't be long for the world when you become attached to them.
Oh, right.
Just you don't name your 0 level characters because that kills them.
Quick.
Yeah, I think the first 0 level funnel that I ran, the guys all named them their characters 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Very smart.
Okay, guys, what did you want to do? I know Nils was talking about his enlargement trick.
We're gonna put that in our back pocket.
Oh, okay. Reserve that for later.
Yeah, it just seems awfully big and noisy when there's a lot of other stuff that we could be looking into right now. We're coming to a split. Come on, everybody, hear the song I'm singing. Come on, get happy. Shall we go south and see what that little alcove is, or should we check out the door?
Do you guys want to head down there to the south?
I think south, just to get that part mapped.
Please don't kill us. That 8 fireplace totally would have eaten Hammy, wouldn't it?
No, it would have been fine.
You're lying.
So there's a pedestal here in this alcove, very similar to the ones that you have seen elsewhere in the dungeon, that would hold the ape heads, but there's no ape head on this pedestal.
There's no ape head on the apex?
On the apex of the pedestal, correct.
I'm sorry, I just had to use ape head and apex in the same sentence.
Absolutely.
This damn game's got me all into words now.
Blame guy. Maybe that's his thing. Maybe he's a word puzzler.
I like crosswords and Sudoku. Keeps me young. Okay, so let's search the pedestal. We don't have an ape head on us, do we?
Nope.
I don't believe so.
Part of me thinks we should have kept ape parts, because I think if we'd had a big ape hand to slap that die against the wall, it would have opened or something would have happened, because all those ape hands were there for a reason. They weren't high-fiving the wall. But my hand was too small, I think.
So searching around this area, Rydian catches sort of a faint magical radiance off the pedestal itself, but nothing more than that.
Do you want Garrett to cast Detect Magic?
No, because it'll just confirm a theory that there's magic here, which we know.
Okay. I mean, if he rolls high enough, he can tell you what type of magic it is. But that's fine.
Well, you can try if you want. If you want to chance your disapproval.
Well, DCC is all about risk taking.
There you go.
Detect magic.
That's
why I didn't climb up the chimney.
Not today.
Oh yeah, that's disapproval. What's your current Sorry, that's disfavor. What's your current disapproval before The
2.
roll 2. So now it's a 3. So that's 2d4, Ethan. Poor Cornus. He's so disappointed that you're running around with all these murder hobos.
We are not murder hobos. We are on a mission to bring balance to the universe.
That must be why you're getting away with it.
Well, that's why Gib is using chaos wires to help Law.
Oh, right.
See, I think the lesson is Ethan just needs to stop playing
Here it
clerics.
is, disapproval.
I've noticed that.
Was that an 8?
Ethan should stick
That's
to
8,
fighters. No
I think
more
I need-
clerics.
I can do fighters and I can do wizards really, really well, but everything else.
You haven't done a thief yet.
I know. I actually have a thief all rolled up,
Nice.
but because I've been anticipating this cleric dying for the longest time, and he doesn't die. So
Well, you can always retire him too. That's fine. Or just
he's
keep
going to
him in your-
retire after
keep him
this
in-
event.
or keep him in your stable. That's fine too.
Yeah.
Let's see. You immediately incur a -4 penalty to spell checks of the specific spell that resulted in the disapproval, lasting until the next day.
So you're
it's
-4 in
neg
detect
4
magic.
on detect magic,
Not on everything.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh crap.
and that just lasts till the next day.
All right. Yeah, after this adventure, Garrett's probably retiring back in that village we passed. They have need of a minstrel. And that's all there is to it.
All right. We've come upon a second door there in the distance.
Yeah, you've passed the door there to the
Right.
to the
East.
south.
Well, they're both to the south of us, and I got Hammy kind of standing in the middle.
Right. Yes, and now you have one door is to the east of you, and one door is to the west of you, both on the southern wall.
All right. Shall we check out the first one, gentlemen?
I think so.
DCC is all about risk.
Oh,
It
right.
is.
I have to open the door for you. Pardon me.
You're so polite. I appreciate that.
Just to point out, we're getting into the area where that giant earth-shaking roar could have come from.
Yeah.
So just
I was
keep that
trying
in
not to think about that, to be honest.
You're trying
glad
to
to
forget
read
it
it.
as best you can.
I really am. I've run from the dungeon twice now because of it.
Well, no, those are different roars. One was like hellhound. wasn't it?
That's right. But the roar we're talking about now is because when we destroyed the Watcher in the Dark.
Midget
Right.
vampire.
Sure, that was his species, but his name was Watcher in the Dark.
Horace only knows him as midget vampire.
That works. It's all good.
So we have some more pedestals here.
So this short hallway ends in a pedestal on either the east and the west side, and very similar to the same pedestal that you were just looking at in the previous short chamber. But one of these pedestals holds a stuffed monkey head, ape head, the one on the west.
Ah.
Well, we know what Gib would do.
What would give
Right. Split it
He would,
open.
he would split it open looking for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Hammy feels that that's only right.
I think before we split it open, maybe we pick it up and put it on the other pedestal.
Ooh, what a great idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. Sorry, you guys are going to grab it?
Yeah, Garrett's going to pick it up.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm not. Sorry.
Hang on just a second. I'm just trying to fix something here with my map. There we go. You guys a frame of reference. Okay, when Garrett lifts the monkey head, the floor beneath you in the main part of the hallway snaps open into a pit trap.
No. That's not allowed.
And we
have a 10-foot pole.
You have a 10-foot pole. I would say, gosh, who's at risk here? I'm looking at the marching order right now.
I have no idea where it is.
Garrett's not at risk.
Of course.
Because he's the one picking up the statue.
Well, because he's the one who needs to be replaced, so he can't die.
Right. He's the eternal champion. He'll live forever. Constantly plaguing you. All right. The front rank, that would be Horace and
Gerda.
Make a DC 12 reflex check.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
not good. You're falling.
Unless Hammy grows. Oh.
Horace is definitely falling. It's like his armor just sucked him into he's like lost his balance. Whoa.
Hammy's burning a luck.
To save Gerda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Horace is falling.
Yeah, I can't burn enough luck. I'm sorry.
It'll only take 5.
Nils,
no, 6.
Your level 1 character with the lantern slot, Shaw Nagash. DC 10. She's close to Horace. DC 10 reflex check. Then Rydian and Nergal are DC 12s, and Hammy's a DC 15 because he's kind of in the back, kind of standing right over the pit.
Okay, so
that was a pass.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't have to burn the luck. I forgot. Oh, no, I didn't know he did. I included my +3. Sorry.
Oh.
I got all excited.
And then what did you say about Rydian and the other one?
Rydian and Nergal are DC 12s.
Harder?
Yes!
Because
Hammy makes it.
They're standing more over the pit area.
Okay. Got it. All right.
Hammy jumps back to that little alcove where the other statue is.
Okay. Oh, yeah, right.
17.
Because he's so lithe on his feet.
Whoa, look out! Oh, nice.
Wow, Rydian, 21.
Rydian's right there next to him. Wow, did you see that?
So the pit opens and Rydian just stands on either side of the corner.
Doesn't even try. He's just already standing like that.
Yeah. He briefly just jumps up to the ceiling and crawls off.
Right. Using his spider-like reflexes. Okay, Nergal. So only one of you's fallen in.
Well, only one of us probably will fall.
Yeah, it looks like that's what's happening.
So we're going to have to get
into the darkness, alone.
Well, at least you're the one that can survive it.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Hopefully.
Horace, it's deep. It's a 50-foot deep trap. Take 6 points of damage because you crash.
How many?
Oh, okay.
6 points of damage. 2d6.
I can deal with that.
It's a d6 for every
20 feet or 25 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. I can deal with that.
Is it pitch black down there?
It is, and there's something.
I'm casting light.
There's something. Well, the door snaps shut.
Okay, it's about. I think it's about time to.
There's something. There's something down there with you. You can hear it. It's breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me see
what
I
can. Feeling around, and you find you touch this furry bit of scalp and some smashed skull bones. What is this shattered skull in my hand? And you shake it away. Roll for initiative, everyone.
Don't you have a troll?
3 groups.
Don't you have a torch?
Let's see.
Oh, good lord.
Sorry, buddy.
It's okay. I may have to do something I didn't want to do.
What's that?
I may have to call for some assistance.
Oh, and you're going to call the ancient gods?
Well, if I'm about to die...
Oh, I get it. I get it. If it's the last thing you got.
You're not dead yet, right?
Exactly.
No, but I can't see what's coming after me.
That's all right.
That's right.
Use the force. All right. Just get zen.
Actually, you know what I can't?
I can't see anything with the blast shield down.
Now listen, Ethan, this is when you tend to roll your 19s and 20s. Just keep that in mind. When the shit is nasty, when that fucking bone dragon is coming through the portal, just stay calm, and we're going to try and come through the roof any minute now.
I do. Actually, there is something I can do if I hadn't lost initiative.
Okay, well, oh, you're down there, so we can't use yours. So I'll have to use my +2 instead of, we can't use your level. We have an 11, so
Okay.
we're obviously not going to be eating an 18.
So it's the game master, the party at the surface, and then the warrior alone in the dark. Is that right?
Yes.
Sounds about right.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking for my note cards, my monster note cards, which I
Forrest takes time to recover from his 50-foot fall. It hurt.
Ow. That hurt. All right, what the hell did I do with those things?
Well, on the bright side, Forrest being a warrior and having a deed die might be able to get a high enough deed roll to hit something in the dark.
Always look on the bright side.
That's it, dude. That's what I'm saying is your deed die at this point is you're standing completely still. You got your sword out. You're trying to feel the air. You're trying to hear, and that's what your deed die is. You're striking in the dark. It's like Weehawk in Wizards when he's fallen into the pit and he can just fight the thing by sound.
I am. My eyes are closed, and I'm focused on the vibrations beneath my feet.
That's
all right. Sorry, let me just write my monster stats here, which I've learned how to do pretty quickly now. But
you do that, and I'll tell Nils and Ethan my plan.
You'll comfort Ethan.
No, because Garrett's standing there on one side of the closed pit with this ape head in his hand. Mm-hmm. Hammy is standing on the other side of the pit, at the base of that other pillar. Mm-hmm. We haven't tried putting the ape head on the other pillar. We should try that real quick. And regardless, we need to not be standing on it. And as soon as we can get it open, we need to try and get something like that 10-foot pole or something jammed down into it to try and keep it open.
Like a shield.
So
or my mace. My mace. I'll jam my mace in there.
So all right. So Horace actually has his orb of levitation.
Nice. Use it.
So I will try and fend off whatever is attacking me until you guys open that trap, because there's no point in me floating up until either I'm about to die or I can get out.
Well, if nothing else, if you float up, you might be able to float out of the range of the attacking monster.
Right, but
the big nasty thing.
First reaction would be to deal with what's down here.
Exactly, like Weehawk in the dark. I'm telling you, kill this thing. Roll that. You're gonna roll your D die, and you'll crit.
I'm gonna put my bandana up over my mouth, and then we're gonna do this.
And we're gonna go, do you need help? And you go, no, I don't think so. Bring some light down. I'm just saying, if there's some nasty thing in the dark of a 50-foot pit, there might be treasure.
Well, I was thinking there better be a big treasure in this monkey head to offset this trap.
Well, I'm hoping the trap and the monkey head have treasure together. That's my dream.
From a combat standpoint, it might actually make more sense for... Oh, that's what I'll do.
From now on, we all wear headlamps like miners.
When you hit the bottom of the cavern, and you're like trying to feel around like where you are, and your hands are brushing over like shattered skulls and bits of scalp and things like furry scalp, you're overwhelmed by this smell of rot. Make a fortitude check, DC 14.
Oh. Okay. I'm good. I have that bandana over my mouth.
Okay.
Which
We've
is going
gotten
to get
used to
moved up.
stinky things.
Yeah, it's going to be moved up over my eyes so that when light comes up from above, I don't get blinded.
Wrapped up like a deuce another runner in the night.
I'm almost done.
Okay.
Alright.
But we're still alive as long as you're busy, so.
But yeah, my plan is I'm going to go ahead and put my bandana over my eyes when I get the chance so that if you guys open the trap up there, I'm not blinded and my senses aren't thrown off by having light suddenly thrown at me.
Or you could see the thing. But I say be zen.
See, but the light would blind the creature, hopefully hurt the creature, but if I have something over my eyes, the sudden brightness won't hurt me. And if I'm already trying to focus on hearing the thing or feeling it, having sudden eyesight is going to wreck the concentration on that.
I'm sorry I abandoned you.
It's okay.
I just didn't want to fall in the dark pit.
Okay.
Clearly nobody. Except for Horace.
And this solid mass of teeth and claws just plows into you. Let's see here.
Did you know that he's a half elf?
Oh, he is? That's good, because I think the 18 is going to hit.
Ow!
What mods does it have?
+4.
That'll hit. Barely
So
on my.
one of the claws, hooks the top of your breastplate and scratches you with the long nail, and does 2 points of damage.
Yeah, but now you know where it is.
But now make a Fortitude save, DC 14.
Is it because it's close? Or is
You've gotten used to the smell, but the touch of it is like ice cold and chilling. Goes right to your, it's like getting stabbed in the heart with an icicle.
Come on, that was a 20 for so long.
For so long. Do you want to burn any luck?
I have no luck to burn.
All right. Oh, you've burned it all.
Yes.
So this piercing cold, just shoots through your whole body, and you can feel your senses dulling and your limbs slowing and your reflex is dulling.
All right, I don't have any choice.
You're going to shift down an action die every round until you succumb to the venom that's coursing through you.
All right, I have no choice.
Ice pulsing through your veins.
I got to pull out the big gun.
What's the big gun?
Calling for help.
Oh, you're going to invoke the patron? I mean,
Yes.
Invoke the, what is it we call it? Invoke
Divine aid.
The Elder God or something like that.
Invoke Kith.
Invoke Kith Elder Gods?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't really have a choice if I'm being envenomed and I'm going to die either way.
Well, I'm not down there, so.
Right, if the people who can cure the venom aren't going to get down here anywhere near in enough time to save me from being completely
Well, they're gonna
paralyzed.
they should have a chance to be able to get down there, or they should have a chance to do something on their round. They're coming next. See, it was GM, then it's you, then it's them, and then it's another initiative round.
No,
So do you want to?
It's them.
Morris is
It's
last.
them. I'm last.
Oh, you're last.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's see what they do.
Yeah, let's see what you guys can manage to pull off.
The first thing we want to do is put the head on the other pillar like we were going to do in the first place to see if that opens the door. And none of us are standing where the trap
You know
door
where
is.
it is. You place the pillar. Who's doing this?
Right, Jared has the thing in his hand.
Garrett. Okay, Garrett
And
places.
Hammy's standing right there next to him,
Garrett
away
runs
from
to the
the
other
trap
side
door.
of the chamber, places the head on the alcove, and nothing happens.
Okay, so we're immediately going to take it back. Same thing.
So
And
once he
place it-
lifts it, that the floor falls open.
So
Wham!
Gerda's got her mace right there, the head of her mace where the thing's going to cast, and she's casting light immediately.
Okay, cast away. A ray of sunlight. Mm-mm.
Oh.
Ooh,
Oh!
so close. So
By the light of Ildevar.
kind of half laying on the ground there is Horus in his tangle of armor, and this creature springs away from him. You know, the light shining down, blasting. It's dark vision there, and it's like this shambling corpse is the only way to describe it.
Hammy's shooting it.
With your crossbow?
Yep.
With your crossbow.
7. Bounces off the wall.
Does someone want to jam the door?
That's what I did with my mace. I'm trying to keep it open.
Okay.
That's why I said jam the head of my mace in there.
Gotcha. Sorry, just giving some notes.
And since Hammy's loaded down with some extra oil right now, it might be a good idea to drop it on that corpse. I'm just thinking.
With Horus down in the pit with it?
No, well, he can float up, and as he's floating up.
Right. You could survive. It'll be okay.
No, I'm not going to burn him.
I know. I got you.
That's your intention, at least.
Much.
Yeah, what I try and pull out the orb, float away before the action dice, cause me to stay in midair and die.
Hammy and Gerda have taken actions.
Right.
Vidian, his 2 followers. Garrett's also taken his action, and then Horus will be last.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so am I able to cast a spell?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to cast my new 2nd level spell at the monster down there. I am not spell burning because we saw what happened with that last time.
Yeah, that was bad. I think all your spell burns should now be on that table.
I'm sure you do.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
Well, at least it's only lost.
Wait. What do you need to cast it? 12?
Yeah, but 12 doesn't do a lot. I
But
actually don't have any.
But you don't lose it.
True, but Hammy's already,
Well, this takes him down to 11.
Right.
That'll give you 13 actually if I do that.
Well, it's up to Hammy. I mean,
do you want it or do you want to save it?
Are you worried about losing it for the day? Is it critical, like sleep?
No.
Okay.
It's a direct damage attack, effectively. That can get really nasty if it gets a really high roll. But
okay, so you don't mind losing it for the day?
Yeah, because if at any point we get, if we get 2 down, we can just leave and come back out and camp and get it back.
Right. So, okay. Then I will hold on to my luck.
I think there's
Horus need a rest break after this.
Yeah, well, I'm casting neutralize poison on you as soon as we get you out of there, or I go down there next.
I think what I should do is pull out my orb of levitation and blow into that as hard as I can.
I think that's an
Get me
excellent
up there
idea.
as quickly as possible.
Just a second, please.
because if nothing else, maybe you'll get out of the range of this thing.
Yep. And if anything, maybe hopefully I can float back up to the top where you guys can catch me.
Right.
That's the plan, to pull you out.
Okay.
Or it's not enough to get me all the way up. At least I'm floating midway there.
Radiant?
My followers can either cast enlarge, which might, if cast well enough, could give Horus some benefit, or force manipulation, which basically creates a small force ball that I can use to attack something with. But I don't have the books with me, so I don't know what the range of if it's 50 feet away or not.
Enlarge is the touch spell.
Yes, that's out.
Okay,
and I don't think that my force manipulation is something that I'd be able to roll high enough to be able to
Are
get.
both your followers on the wizard's path or on the warrior path?
I have one of each.
Well, they're elves.
Right.
Oh, that's right, but they're kiths, so they are very specific, unlike high elves.
Right.
So you can.
And you have 2 spells for the one spellcaster. Is that what you're telling me? A large and something else?
I've got others, but those are the only 2 offensive spells I have.
Force manipulation. Basically, if you roll above a 13, you can create a floating platform, which you can control, and then if you get to 18, you can actually create a tower-sized shield that you control.
Okay, I'll give that a try.
I'm looking for it. Conjure the shape of invisible force energy into useful objects or barriers of a solid nature. On a successful casting, the wizard may choose to invoke any of equal to or less than his spell check, allowing a range of options with every successful casting to produce a weaker but potentially more useful result.
Ooh.
Okay, so
did you cast it?
I cast it. I'm looking at, trying to figure out what happened here. Oh, I guess oh, right. So, that's right, because, okay, so I rolled a 20.
I like that.
But
20s are good.
Because of my armor check penalty, I'm a -1. But if you remember on
criticals,
spells, you add your level. So I basically go back up to a 20.
Okay. And remember the kith, don't they have a die? They cast it with a die shift up.
Yeah, so they're
trying a d24, but I think you did well enough for your first outing. Do you want to?
Well done, Padawan.
Do you want to roll your?
Sure.
Oh, and remember, this is a one use spell only.
Once per day, right?
Once per day, yeah.
Right.
Go ahead and roll your Mercure.
They're from the 3rd edition D&D world.
41. That's any luck mod for this?
That's what I'm checking.
And that looks like it's going to be
-2.
-2. That's -20.
Right. This isn't
That's
even good.
21.
Oh yeah, so I guess it worked into the roll in chat. So yeah.
Okay, corrosive touch. The casting of the spell causes a randomly determined item of steel or iron to corrode and pit within 15-foot radius around the caster. The item corroded by the casting is always of dagger-sized or larger and chosen at random. If the wizard voluntarily holds or touches a metal item of the appropriate size while casting, the object's destroyed and no other. So this is kind of very Kithian. I like it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 of you.
Right, but
all within 15.
Horse is outside of the.
You're all within 15 feet of the caster. On number 4, 1, 2, 3. Ridian, what metal objects do you have on your person?
Get back there.
I guess that's one bright side to Horus's armor is that it's Kithian, so it's not actually iron or steel.
It's ceramic.
No,
right.
So you should give that
Actually,
armor.
or bug carapace.
It's actually bloodstone forged. Apparently, I was reading up on it.
Okay. So I believe I have only two items. One is my longsword, and one is the steel flask of fresh-smelling spring water.
Okay. A D6 against low is the sword and high is the flask. Oh, the flask just bursts into, crumbles at your belt, soaking your robes.
Right. Do you remember at all what that was?
I'm pretty sure it was a healing spell. Healing potion.
Hard to say now.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Sorry, man.
So I guess I have to buy her a bandolier of daggers to carry with her at all times.
Yeah, but if she's carrying iron with her, it's going to expose her to greater risks of.
Right. So what was it?
She can carry one dagger a day.
So
it's or what?
It's anything within 15 feet of her when she casts the spell.
Of any kind of metal.
Any kind of metal is randomly determined and pitted and destroyed.
Okay.
Well, you can just hand her something. You can carry it and hand it to her when you need the spell cast.
To corrode and pit. So if it was, some substantial item like a sword or some armor or something like that, it might become weakened and maybe not be destroyed outright. But
the
small size of the flask was enough to ruin it.
And it's a solar iron, right?
And if she voluntarily holds an item of the appropriate size while casting it, the object is destroyed and no other. So she could focus her iron wrath on a specific item.
I just want to make sure my fancy Kith plate armor doesn't go up in smoke.
Right. So this was result 21 for your mercurial effect.
So so what is the effect of 20 on the?
Oh, do you want to give me a D4 for the manifestation?
Oh, right. Fine.
I have the spell open too.
2.
A cloud of scintillating light motes takes the shape of an object created and then vanishes. And 20
is quite powerful.
Is quite powerful. It's as above, but creates 2 shield walls. Each also provides protection against magic missiles at 50% of the time. The basic effect is you may call into being a tower shield sized wall of force at a point within 25 feet, existing for 2d6 rounds with a +3 armor class bonus to its characters. The wall cannot move, but remains in existence until the caster moves out of range. So if she's crouching down on the floor, reaching into the pit itself, she can certainly. It would be at the extreme of her range, but it's possible.
Okay, because it also said that I could pick a smaller, lower.
You may pick a smaller one. Those are a floating platform, 3 feet in diameter, floating 3 feet above the ground, that can move 25 feet.
So would I be able
up to 100 pounds?
Okay, so I wouldn't be able to get
also create an equal-sized sphere that you can use as a weapon, and those are your choices.
Right. Okay. So I can't. The floating platform couldn't get him out of the pit because he weighs too much.
He does weigh more than. Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's 100 pounds per caster level. So maybe at higher levels she could do that.
Right. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll just try to use the 2 walls to make a force field around him to protect him while he's doing what he needs to do.
Okay.
Float. Yeah.
Great.
Cool. Much appreciated.
That's my spells done.
Is that everything done for you, Rydian? I think we're on to Horace now, right? All right,
Okay.
Horace, what do you got?
Horace, as he's been poisoned, goes into his bag, pulls out the orb of levitation, and just starts blowing into it like crazy.
Like crazy? Okay.
Well, because at this point he feels his body. He feels himself losing control of his body
Oh,
and
that's right.
to get out of
Give me a luck check.
here.
And this, remember I told you were shifting down in dice, so that's probably even better. So that's a
D16.
16. And make 2 of them, please.
Roll 3 and 4. You can do it.
Nope.
Imagine you're casting a spell as Garrett.
Nope.
See, but
Okay.
see, that was closer.
So you start breathing into this orb, right, that you fished out of your pack, and you can feel the hot breath of your life force being blown into this orb as it like expands to the size of a barrel, and you like shoot up like a rocket clinging to this thing.
This is a bad idea.
They're getting ready to grab you as soon as we see you.
He comes floating quite quickly, like a running man, like the speed of a man running up out of the pit. But you lose 2 hit dice worth of hit points.
Ow.
Okay, pull him over here, and we're gonna close the damn door.
Okay, so you're gonna release the.
Release the
All
mace
right,
out
let's
of
see
it.
if the thing can grab onto him before he gets out of the pit.
I'm hoping between the light and the shields, it can't. That's my dream. It's important to have dreams.
Okay, I threw a 19 reflex check. Garrett, why don't you roll a reflex check?
Garrett or Horace?
Sorry, Horace.
Okay. Come on. Come on. 14.
Nice, good job.
Is that with your mods and everything?
That's with my mods.
Um,
Oh wait, hold up. I'm down a die. Sorry.
no, that's fine. You can re-roll it with the die. Let's see if you get a success. Seems like this thing's clinging to your boot.
Might have to bring it up with you, and we'll kill it up here.
I got it. 16.
Kicked it in the head.
Yeah, that's the best you could do. Yeah, you kick it off as it sort of, latches itself around your waist, trying to find any way of an escape out of this pit, only to then, be dashed back into the darkness as the pit slams shut when Gerda frees her mace from the mechanism. Good job, guys.
So as soon as I get up, assuming my friends
No.
can,
We got spells to cast.
How many?
I
hit
kind
points
of
did you-
collapse on the floor. All together with that, I lost 20 hit points.
Ouch. And so 12 of them are 13 of them, lucky 13 of your hit points are trapped within the orb. You could try breathing them back into yourself if you like.
Well, didn't that how you deflated the orb last time?
Yeah, but last time it attacked me when I did that.
How did it attack you? Did
Well,
beat you or something?
No, it sucked my life out.
Well, where are you at now? Do you need healing before we do
I
anything
am
else?
at 24 out of 44.
Well, I probably need to get rid of the poison first.
That's my first thought.
Why don't we get rid of the poison? Actually, hold up. Before you get rid of the poison, I'll try and pull some of my life back up because I'm assuming it's going to be a luck check.
So you want to roll a d16 compared to a d20. I get it.
Make a reflex check.
Oh, if it's going to be a reflex check? Oh, crap.
Make a reflex check, Horace. DC 10.
D16.
Make it on a D14 now.
Okay. Let me re-roll that.
Mister, not worried about neutralizing the poison.
I'll have you know I made it at that 16.
I know you did.
And I
That's
made it
right.
even better at the
So
14.
you're scrambling to hang on to the orb that's holding your life essence, and your companions are hanging on to you, and it's like almost lifting your, the two companions that are holding you down, Gerda and maybe Garrett, right? The two clerics are hanging on to you, and they're being almost lifted up off the floor by the strength of the magic of this orb, this floating orb.
Yeah, you need to suck some of that out of it, and I'm going to neutralize poison.
Yep. I'm trying to suck this stuff out. Or get my life back.
All right, make a luck check.
We need to find a fountain of luck. That's what we need to find. I say I can't read. Oh, I'm wearing my.
Oh my goodness! I rolled a 1.
Oh. And all those 13 hit points go coursing back into your lungs and into your spirit, and the orb condenses down to something about the size of a softball.
All right.
And I assume I fall back to the ground.
Yeah, and it kind of into a heap. And Gerda's casting the neutralized poison. What does it do, Gerda?
I'm gonna see what my manifestation is. Oh, we did use this. Remember, because we had that stuff that we used on us.
Check the stupid clerical spells.
Level 2.
Let's see. Each failed spell check.
Can I pick a manifestation?
Horace will weakly look up at Gerda and go, "We'll follow Eldevar now."
Then I definitely want to pick my manifestation.
Okay, go ahead. What is the manifestation?
The target is cured, and the mark of the cleric's deity appears as a birthmark or small scar in a place that was previously affected by the poison or disease.
Oh, and it's right there at the nape of his neck.
Right, and he's accepted. He's accepted Ildevar, and the cleric retards the subsequent effects of one poison or disease as it's affecting the target, and removes the remaining dosage or effect from the target's system. Any effect suffered already cannot be reversed on a 15. For example, an ally that's less 3 points of strength to an ongoing disease may stop future strength loss, but the existing loss is not recovered.
Okay.
I would have rolled higher. You would have gotten all that back. So you're still rolling on a 14. So I think we should probably go camp so you can recover and get that all back. Can he? Because he can recover. He can recover his strength and stuff, right?
I mean, he's only down a single die right now, so a D16 instead of a D20. You all can certainly camp. That's fine.
But what my question is, if we do, would he be back at the D20 in the morning?
Yeah, he just needs some time to recover from,
Okay.
And so along with this this mark of Ildevar, what is it, by the way, Gerda?
It's an acorn that's a rising sun.
Oh, an acorn in the rising sun burst. He also has a shock of white hair.
Stylish.
Yeah.
Just adds to my legend.
That's right.
And I love the timing. I love the timing of when you convert it too. Fine, I'll convert.
It was a massive light spell came in and illuminated what he needed to see. And okay, I'm about to die. I got to do something.
And then the wizard casting the Kith maid casting the force walls.
Yeah, that was smart thinking.
Destroying the iron around her. I love that mercurial effect for the Kith. It's so cool.
Of course you did. Of course you lost that. We just lost our potion of something nice.
So are you guys gonna camp? Exit and camp?
Well, how do you guys feel at this point? There's another door we can go check out. Before we do anything, I do want to heal Horace his hit points back.
Who's holding the monkey head? Garrett.
Garrett's still holding it, yeah.
Garrett still got the monkey head, yeah.
Let's not put it down again, and let's open the damn thing up and see if we can't find a gem in the fucking thing.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Let's go out and put it on the other one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
And Hammy will do it.
And Horace will be way back here.
He'll do it standing right there at the plinth, in the same area as the plinth, because he's small and he can fit.
The recess, the alcove.
Yeah.
Hammy's going alone, is that right?
Well, no, we're all there. We're standing where you can see the Hammy figure.
Oh, I see. You're standing 10 feet away, but Hammy is actually at the
We're standing away from where the trap should be.
Right.
Well, everyone is. Horace is standing back here because he just.
Before we do this, let's double check the floor. Does there appear to be marks? Can we see where there might,
search
there
for
might
some
be a
traps or
seam?
some sort of thing like that?
Or at least be able to see some kind of outline that might indicate where the floor might open up and drop into another 50-foot pit. And while we're at it, let's look at the ceiling and make sure it doesn't drop a rock 50 feet down on top of it.
Yeah, searching the area, you don't find anything. Taking the time to search the area, you don't find anything that looks like like any trap in the floor, the ceiling, or anything like that.
All right. So you heard our plan about putting the head down and Hammy standing there to one side.
Yeah, I did hear that plan. Hang on, let me get to my map, which is here. And my notes. A door is open to the south. It sort of swings open when you place the monkey head on it, on the pedestal, revealing a short corridor which leads to another door to the south.
Well, let's go through that one.
All right.
Wait a minute. Did we Horace, are you still at half hit points?
Well, I think I got 13 of them back, right?
Okay, you got the hit points back, but you didn't get back your die shift. That's what it was. Okay.
So currently Horace is at 37 out of 44.
Okay, so you can hold off.
So he just took the fall damage, which was, for a warrior of his stature, it was like landing on his feet hard.
Right.
Even at 50 feet. Maybe I should have caused you more damage for falling.
No, there were a lot of corpses.
I think it's a D6
stuff to land in
or something, isn't it?
It could be.
But that's the way I rolled it, so that's fine.
I can accept that.
I think it's because warriors aren't supposed to be the ones falling.
Oh man, that thing would have eaten Hammy. That would have sucked. Oh, so Hammy could see though. It still would have eaten him. I suggest we don't go back there and deal with it. Okay, here's a problem. We go through that door, it's closing behind us.
Well, let me see what Garrett has in his bag of tricks.
Does he have an iron spike on him? I didn't buy any.
No clue. No, but he has a grappling hook.
Now that we might be able to jam in that door frame.
Mm-hmm.
Can someone look up Ward Portal?
Oh, Ward Portal.
One of my followers has it. I couldn't remember if it's just like to keep it closed or if this would be an option to keep it open.
No, it's to close it.
Okay. Never mind then.
Is that for Nergal that has Ward Portal?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's either locking the door or making it disappear entirely.
Okay.
Yes, isn't one of your followers pretty beat up right now too?
Yeah.
Let's not go through the one-way door yet. Let's take the ape head with us, but let's go to the other door we saw there. I'm just thinking, I hate to get trapped down here when we're wounded and we are not at 100%.
Yeah.
Plus, from a metagaming point of view, it's 20 to 10.
Right.
Yep. And now we can tell
So as you guys are kind of discussing some of that, the door is being shut.
Okay.
And I'm guessing you take the
Ape head. Yeah.
the ape head with you.
Not
Who's
leaving
going to
it.
carry it?
Who's going to carry it?
Mhm.
My Selena Shaw can carry since she's
yeah.
overly encumbered and can have room if you want.
By the way, Hammy has an extra dagger. Next time you want to cast that spell, just ask and I'll hand it to you. All right.
Throw it at your feet. Dunk. So you were going to go to this other door to the southwest.
The end of the yeah.
Before you move there, give me just a moment to draw in some detail, if you don't mind.
Detail's good, provided it's not lethal and full of pit traps and poisonous zombie creature things.
Well, now we can tell Gib that when he pulls monkey heads,
He should do so carefully.
you should watch for pit traps.
Ah! All right, you may travel on, brave adventurers.
This dungeon has taught us all sorts of nifty little things.
I'm worried that there's a third level we have to go down. I feel like I'm never going to be a fifth level. I'm sad inside.
I was almost certain Horace was about to die.
So was I, which would have broken my heart.
I was like, I didn't want to bring in the new character for Horace.
No, exactly. Careful what you wish for.
So looking into this southern corridor, you can see what looks like a portcullis grate on the floor. You know, those kind of recesses where the portcullis would come down itself and rest into sort of a reinforced steel trough, perhaps. But that's all your lantern light reveals. And there, 20 more feet to the south, you can see a closed portcullis.
Yeah, this sounds like another trap.
Yeah, it just screams trap. Let me see where we are in relation to things. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I definitely don't want to go through it right now.
No, let's camp.
All right. Let us take our wounded and carefully work our way to the surface now.
Okay.
Well, because we have another door there we haven't checked. We have the end of the hall where the careful carving turns into caverns.
Oh yeah, there's that other direction. We've got the enlarged stuck door.
Yeah. We have a one-way door we can go through when we put the ape head back on the pillar, which I would like to start with next time because anything that cool is worth investigating.
Yeah.
I thought that was a super cool encounter, the pit trap.
Yeah, yeah.
That might be my hit for tonight. I mean, it wasn't super deadly. I mean, it was. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it was deadly.
But it had us tense from the get-go and split our party and had our strongest member feeling the most vulnerable.
Yeah, I think that's when warriors are, well, a warrior in plate mail like Horus is at their weakest, right? Is dealing with things that aren't combat related.
Right.
I'm just going to put you guys here at the foot of the stairwell.
Yeah, when warriors are stuck and alone and they can't see what they're supposed to hit, doesn't bode well. I think the only reason he really got out of there was because he had the orb.
Well, yeah, we would have had to come down to you.
Right. Much riskier proposition.
I just don't have to. I hope we don't have to deal with the eyeless ones again. They're annoying. Because we're coming back the same way. We're going to cross the moat again.
Oh, yeah. Show me how you're coming. I guess you would have to retrace your steps, right? Because you haven't explored enough of to know any other way.
Correct.
Right.
We don't know of any secret way that connects up to everything else yet. If there is one. I suspect there probably is, but we haven't found one yet.
Mm-hmm.
More to the point, I'm fascinated by anything connected directly to ape decorations.
Well, there's plenty of that.
Well, right, but like that room that had the statues, and now that we're just past them again, it just seems like and now all these ape heads in here, where it seems more like we're back on the path of figuring out this damn ape lure that ends up turning them into zombies.
All right, we got the zombie part.
Yes, we got that. Now we need to get rid of the lure.
Mm-hmm.
At least we think we got that.
All right. You guys make it out okay.
Whew, that would suck.
Let's see. Are we going to do a camping session, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys make it out. You arrive back at your camp. Is there anything special you want to do before we run the camping session?
Garrett will heal Horace.
All right.
Oh,
Looks like a success.
okay, let's see him.
You needed a win.
Oh, if he failed, I was about ready to be done with Garrett. He really can't do anything.
Well, maybe he's more of a liturgical scholar and not really so much an adventurer.
That's why he was going to get retired.
There you go.
All right, 3 dice. Barely, but we're back up.
It is interesting the trouble you have with clerics.
Yeah. I'm really, really good with a paladin.
Was it
Garrett,
Mike's?
paladin,
It was Mike's game. I'm running a paladin and a cleric. It's kind of interesting, and I can't believe I'm running a cleric again.
Yeah, my paladin Gary is phenomenal. But clerics I cannot for the life of me pull off.
Are you? Oh, that looks like you're healed back. Yeah.
Yep, I'm good.
All right.
You just need to rest up to get up to full strength for next.
Are we ready to run the camp session?
Sir,
Actually,
yes, sir.
Slaanesh could use some healing.
Excellent.
Oh, she's the one that got killed.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I'm happy to do so.
Slaanesh.
Hold on 1 second. Gotta close up a paint. I'm guessing a 9's a failure, so I've had 0 disapproval. So
Okay, so they're at 2 now.
Correct.
That was a near miss. Ildevar is looking on your with questioning judgment.
I'm far more careful with my chanting and all my. Yeah, and you are chaos, so that's 2 dice.
Burning of the sage.
Oh,
Right.
that I'll do. Okay.
Pronouncing all the syllables. I may not have gotten every word right.
So Garrett will cast Food of the Gods to feed people, and he will use it as a celebration feast, as a send-off to his retirement.
Oh,
That's nice.
Are you retiring, Garrett, after this session?
I think I am.
Okay. Which is fine. Let's see. What level is everyone? 4? So your
4,
new
but we're
character
gonna
will
be
be
we're gonna be 5 if we
Yeah,
live
any new
this.
character will be level 3, Ethan.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, let me
Let's
cast.
see if you can pull this off without a catastrophe. What's your current disapproval?
3.
Well, now it's 4.
And he's gonna try again because
Okay, try again. He's like, I can do this. I know
This
I
time,
can do this.
he's gonna give a prayer where he's gonna go. Help me bring this feast so that I may go to the village and teach your ways.
Okay,
For the remainder of my.
I'll give you a die shift up.
Yeah, but I'm gonna totally convert that village to Eldever.
Not if I get there first, sucker.
Cleric race. $14. It goes off.
Okay, good.
Nice. You don't have the manifestation where you vomit it all up, do you? That's just a little off-putting.
No, actually, it all. My manifestation is that it all rains from the sky.
Nice.
Manna from heaven.
Yeah, that's mine too. I like that. That's better than vomiting it up.
It's when it's chaos clerics, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, good point. I like that.
So I create enough food and water to feed 8 people.
8 people, so that's enough for the party. So for the camping session, nobody needs to eat any food. The thieves and the halflings recover a point of luck. The wizards recover a point of spell burn. Everybody recovers a hit point. Reset your disapproval to 1.
We'll get its stamina back.
Stamina back. Everybody can recover 1 point of stamina if they've lost any.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back with Hammy, and I'm back with
Curta. The next session will begin on the dawn of the 13th day of the sword.
And my character will show up, hopefully.
What's the spell effect on the 13th day of the sword?
+2 spell check.
Nice. I prefer pluses. Just if anybody's interested. There's a poll being taken. I do have a question.
You're about to end the 13th month, the second fortnight of the 13th month, the fortnight of the sword, and you're about to enter the 14th month, which begins the fortnight of the House of Stone and Dust.
Is this good or bad?
Well, in this on that fortnight, on the first fortnight of the 14th month of the stone, you must deliver to Ildevar 12 new followers.
12 total or 12 more?
12 in total.
Okay.
And that's on the 8th day, 5 are due, and on the 10th day, 7 are due.
How many days is that from now?
It's 9 days.
Okay, because I'm going to
9
need
days
several.
to the first 9 days to the first potential.
Well, I've gotten 3. 3.
Yeah.
All right, I'm working on it. You know, it shows
Who
effort.
are they anyway? The 3 that you've got. You had Horace for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hammy,
and Sky.
Oh, and Sky.
Didn't Brian have a character that was converted?
He hasn't converted yet.
He hasn't converted yet.
Okay, he's just talking about it.
Just to be a pain in the ass.
So the
Also, when we begin the session next week, I'm just doing it now. You guys' lantern has run out of oil on the ascent back to the surface.
Okay, so we'll need to.
You'll need to expend a pint of oil. You can do it now or you can do it later. If you do it now, I'll just make a note on my time tracker that you've done so.
Do you wish to do so, Ethan, or shall I take it off mine?
I will go ahead and take it off, of course.
Very good. Anything Garrett carrying that we need before he leaves?
Like sacks of oil or flasks of oil.
That was a thought I had. Torch. We're keeping the lantern.
No, we only have one. We'll probably get another one.
Oh, he has a grappling hook and rope.
Yeah, we're keeping that.
Oh, and he has that magic tapestry.
Oh, that lets you see your
demise.
Well, maybe we could go visit him regularly to go look at it, because that doesn't seem like something we can carry around.
There you
go. Oh yeah, maybe this is what he builds his temple around. This.
There it is. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. We go check it out.
Cornus is like the.
It's like a judgment, right? It's a artifact of judgment.
There it is.
Okay, so you're going to do the lantern. So lantern, oil. Use.
So the first 5 converts are the initial payment, and then the balloon payments due 4 days later?
Yeah,
pretty
2 days
like
later.
That, yeah,
2 days later.
Because I had two different bad rolls.
2 days later, he had another one of these bad disfavor results.
And I got to come back yearly and check on my grove here and hang out with Guy too.
The sacred grove.
So what we should all do is roll up new characters just to bring them in and have them convertible, and then have them go off.
Well, I mean, I'm currently leveling up the character I had because she was a level 0. So.
Right.
Oh, leveling them to 3.
Oh, yeah. Good. She can come join my cult.
Cinderella Wind.
I seem to recall an article somewhere. I'll have to see if I can't dig it up about scars and boons, for bringing in pre-generated characters, right? Because they wouldn't maybe have luck, or maybe they would have suffered some misfortunes or some fortune too.
Sure.
I can't think of it off the top of my head where that might be. Well, fun session tonight, guys. Hits or misses for you?
I have to agree. The whole pit trap experience was it was tense and fun, and what are we going to do? And he's been poisoned, and really enjoyed that. It was a real hit. Miss was no Mike. I always enjoy Mike. So.
Oh yeah, that was a bummer. He wasn't here. I haven't heard from him. So.
And I think he would. I look forward to hearing his input on the whole word thing. Though I have a feeling Nils is going to pull something out of his hat. I really do.
Out of his magic hat. He's the one that solved Guy's puzzle in the Halcyon Volts that we played at Pacificon last year. Do you remember that, Nils?
I don't remember the puzzle.
I don't either. I remember you solving it.
I don't remember that. I remember solving the Christmas adventure John ran with
my house.
Yeah, with the stars constellations.
Was there a puzzle on that one too?
Yeah, you had to like recognize the constellations in a pattern of stars or something like that.
You had to think of the object of the constellation in a certain order. Yeah. In order to restart the universe's wheel. It was a lot like Hogfather.
Right.
Which is fine. Steal from the best. That's what I say.
So what about you, Ethan? Hits or misses?
I think I would have my hit and miss be the pit trap because it was really entertaining and it was very tense.
Yeah, you were ready to give up the ghost right there.
I was.
You're ready to call the elder gods.
I didn't think I was getting out of that.
Yeah.
It was, and I like the way, Aaron, you did say, well, hold on, you got friends up there. They are going to try and get to you.
Right. It was. I wasn't sure if you were gonna get down fast enough. But
Hey.
when you were able to figure out how to open it again, because I wasn't sure it was gonna open again.
Yeah, neither was I.
When it
Well, that
opened
was-
again, I was like, okay, I can get out of here.
Yeah, I
There's
think that was some
shit.
good. I think that was some good thinking on your part too about trying the other pedestal and
It just made sense. There were two.
how about for you, Nils? Hits or misses?
Yeah, I think the having my followers contribute to the solution, even though it ended up not really being used, the tower force fields, but at least it could have been there if something went wrong.
Oh hell yes.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that must have. I should have pulled that into effect. That's probably what kept the creature off of
Off of Horus.
off of Horus as he was like ascending from the levitating orb.
Woo!
Yeah, I thought it was great, Nils. I was really glad that they were putting stuff in.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice roll, Ethan, for your hit points.
Yeah.
So-
Stendella Wind, the chaotic thief.
I sense a thief coming.
That's exactly what's coming.
What was that, Nils?
I was curious. You had said at the beginning of the month that you had a month to edit the Kith article. Did you submit that?
Oh yeah, it's been submitted. I will share with you all after the session tonight the final draft of the article.
Cool. And is said that they'll be publishing it, or is it just waiting to hear back? Or?
Yeah, no, it'll be published in the Gong
Right.
Farmer Almanac. I don't think they really reject any submissions. They'll take whatever they get.
Right. Yeah.
But it did have
Oh.
the advantage of having another fan review it. So that was good. It's always kind of a hassle working through the editorial process, I think. I mean, I've been an editor on the other side, and I just sort of make suggestions and sort of leave things for everybody's voice. But some of the other editors that I've worked with, now being an author, kind of take the flip side of that and are like a little more controlling to the point where I have to say, look, it's my article. This is how I want it.
Yeah.
So, which is fine, whatever.
Oh no, I think as a writer, it's your responsibility to decide how much of that, is going to happen. Because a good editor can help you fix things and help your voice be better. But a bad editor can take your voice out of it completely.
Right. And there was, I think, I wrote 2 articles, and both of them are better for it. So
Excellent. Well, that's
What was the other one? Oh, was the potion one?
yeah, the one about mercurial potions. So I thought that was. It's not maybe as detailed as I wanted, but I didn't want to make it too complicated either.
So basically it's how the potion takes effect, just like the magic.
It's like a mercurial side effect for the potion.
I see.
Like, is it weaker or stronger, or does it create some weird side effect like the mercurial magic does? Which I kind of really like about the DCC magic. It makes things feel kind of unique and.
I agree. It's my favorite system because of.
And then you get that weird, these weird convergence of events, right? Like with the corrosive touch for the Kith spell. So,
and no way of planning ahead how that's going to,
Well, yeah, especially for following Nils's model of not rolling the mercurial magic until you cast the spell, which I think is great. The Nils principle.
No, that's what that was what you wanted to do.
Was it?
It's the way I've always done it in DCC.
Makes
So
sense.
I've kind of stumbled into running a wizard and now a cleric anyway.
Right.
Although thinking about it, if it's a spell that you're gonna have to actually try to work on the spell to try to develop it. You would have narratively, you would kind of know what the effect's going to be beforehand. But I think it's adds the tension and excitement of rolling it, waiting to roll it.
Right, and also sort of the creativity through the process. Like, oh, geez, this thing just happened. Now what? But you're right. As a as a wizard through your own training, you would have studied these things and learned about them. Though I suppose if you like found the spell, like from a scroll or
Right.
a book or something, you know, forbidden knowledge that you'd come upon,
Right.
maybe you wouldn't know that. So yeah, I like that. I like that part.
And I got to use neutralize poison again.
Super cool. What's a great use of it? Yeah, that beastie down in the pit could have been bad news.
Mm-hmm. Had a bad feeling about that.
He had statted as paralyzation out of the AD&D monster manual. So I was like, oh, how would I convert that to DCC, right?
Yeah.
So it's a fort check, you know, an even fort check, and failing it, you go down a die every round until you get to 0 action dice, and then you're completely catatonic. You know.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right. Well, fun times tonight, guys. I'm looking forward to next week. I think we're probably on for Wednesdays again because of Nils' schedule.
Yeah, if that works for people.
Yeah, I can do Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, just
especially.
My daughter graduates high school on Tuesday, so I'll be free on Wednesday.
Yeah, congratulations.
That's crazy.
I bet. All right, talk to you guys later.
Talk to you later.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, gentlemen, have a good night. Bye-bye.